Good evening, guys, and welcome back to Bournemouth. And I don't quite know what to say about what is going on here when we have a look at what has actually been going on. We had the most disastrous month here, but interestingly that we kept winning in the European Europa League. And I did call every one of those results. I'd said that we would lose all our Premier League games, that we would lose to Liverpool, but we would win both of the Europa League games. And our form seemed to continue at the beginning of the next episode. We lost again. And then we suddenly picked up somehow. We drew against Fulham. Then came a Europa League game, which of course we're going to win. And we won the next Europa League game after that. But we fortunately managed to beat Everton. And then that seemed to change our fortunes a little bit. We lost 1-0 to Arsenal, understandably, but then beat Blackpool by 2-0. So in terms of the competitions, we're in 14th, and that's a bit of a bonus. I wasn't expecting to be there. But the Europa League, we're top of the league. And if you look at who's second, Newcastle are second in terms of the Europa League. They are second to bottom in the Premier League. Now, I think this is supposed to represent that teams in Europe, unless they're very good teams like Manchester City or Arsenal or Liverpool, are going to suffer from a European hangover. But this is a little extreme. And the results that we were having, the results that Newcastle are having, and the fact that we are both on top of the Europa League makes no sense whatsoever. And I was actually thinking about this game this afternoon, and I did two things. I did an episode for Rocking All Over the Globe, which will go out tomorrow. And then I did the first part of the second part of testing a tactic. Nicola has submitted a tactic to be tested, and so we're in the process of testing that with the second club. And this time we're doing Wolves for the second club. And what was really interesting, and this is one of my real bugbears about this game at the moment in FM24, what was really interesting is that Wolves were in third, doing really well. The tactic was looking delightful. And then the next game up was against Everton, who were 20th in the league. And they lost. And then they won a couple of games. And then they had to play the team who were 19th in the league. And they lost. And then they had to play another team, Sheffield United, I think, who were 20th in the league. And they drew 1-1. And this is a real... So they were beating the bigger teams to they got themselves into third. But when it came to teams at the bottom of the league, they couldn't beat them. And I was having fun watching the scrolling across the top and seeing what position these teams are in and trying to predict, they'll beat them, they'll lose to them. And every time there was an 18th, 19th or 20th, I would just say, they'll lose to them. And that's what happened. So it isn't just me it's happening to. And it looks like about 70% of the time that you play teams in 18, 19 or 20, or say 17, 18, 19, 20, you will lose. And that's not right either. And there are so many things wrong with this game at the moment. And the other thing that is bothering me is the amount of highlights that each team has in key highlights, which is totally unbalanced. And I've actually counted that up, and it does seem that 66% of the time that the opposition you're playing has a highlight, they will score a goal. Whereas it's more like 20 to 30% for you. So in the games I was playing this afternoon, I was watching it, and as soon as the opposition get a highlight, I'm like, oh my God, they're going to score. And it's just horrendous because you've just got that panic feel. Oh God, they're going to score. As soon as they get anywhere near your penalty area, you're going to score. And like one game, we had 11 highlights And in the first 65 minutes, we had 11 highlights before I made the substitutions. And we had 3 shots on target and 1 goal. The score was 1-1 at the time because they had 1 goal, 1 highlight and 1 shot. That was why it was 1-1. I did make changes and we did win 2-1 in the end. But the imbalance that is there between the amount of highlights the opposition needs to score and the amount of... and I'm actually getting to the point where it's actually because of that not very enjoyable to watch the game in key highlights. Because as soon as they are going to get a shot on, they're going to score. Whereas you don't know the same for yourself. So there are, hey, STS, yes, long time no see, mate. Extended highlights are worse. I've been playing in this save in extended, and I haven't found it worse, but probably about the samely. And this is one of the 2 things that is really bugging me about this game at the moment. And it almost seems like the developers have gone backwards this year rather than forwards. And the coding seems to be extremely old, and that's a good result. Liverpool are not doing very well, are they? In 9th. We have to play them soon. STS, yes, sub count has been going up. Despite the fact that my mood has been getting lower and lower, because this game is just really doing my head in, to be absolutely honest. There are reasons why those 2 players are not in. I think I have to play Wagner, or he's going to be recalled, so he needs to play some games. Not a bad idea, because those 2 are not playing very well anyway. So I think what I might do is the opposition instructions myself. We'll go to balanced because we're playing Villa, and focus play down the left. Now I normally... Hey Siri, Hey Sir, it's going well. How are you doing? And I really don't know if we're going to get any results. It tends to go, at the moment, have a bad episode, then a good episode. So I think we're due a bad episode. So looking at focus play down the left, he normally doesn't do that unless there is a specific reason for him saying that. Now, I haven't had a look. I don't know. He's saying that they are weaker down the right-hand side. I don't know. So, since he doesn't say that very often, I might go with him. Just have a look, see how it works out. He's not saying it for nothing, I don't think. I've changed things a little bit last time, if you remember, when we were playing teams who were not as good as us. We were counter-attacking, and... we did press much more often. It's Aston Villa now. I think we need to go back to what we were doing before. We've taken the counter-attack off. We're going to be much more defensive now. We were playing at a higher tempo. I've come down to lower tempo. Past the space, into space, I'm going to leave on. I know you're probably thinking that's a contradiction, but I believe it's not. And the reason why I believe it's not is because we have pace up front. I'm going to play Makuko, not Parrot. Because he has pace up front, then the pass into space means if he is sitting on the shoulder and they are high up the pitch, which I suspect Villa might be, then that he might be able to use that pace to get in behind them. So this guy should be still on more direct passes. So if he passes over the top and they are high up the pitch and Makuka is on the shoulder, he might be able to get into that space and attack that space. That's the theory. I don't believe it is a contradiction. Too short passing, work the ball into the box. I think it's a compliment sometimes, especially if you have very quick forwards. Well, we'll give it a try. I don't want him playing as a pressing forward. He's playing as an advanced forward. And so that's it. I'm going to do the opposition instructions myself because I feel better doing them myself rather than him. He's a bit I think this team should be capable of doing them now. So we'll just do left foot. Is he a right footer, is he? I thought he was a left footer. And then Alt Nuri, again, he's a bit pacey. We'll just do right foot. They are physical, they're aggressive, I can see that. And Kamara, extremely creative person. And so we will tight mark him and left foot. If they are creative, I generally tend to tight mark them. They're very, very creative. Again, another one. We'll tight mark him and left foot as well. The idea of that, we don't need to hard tackle him. We're not that good. Douglas Luiz is very strong and he's very brave and he's a good tackler. We're not going to hard tackle him. And probably the wingers. Look at the pace. This pace is a big worry. So we certainly need our left fullback to be sitting off him. So he's hard tackle him. We can hard tackle him. And I want, yeah, I've already put him on support, and I want him not to tackle harder and to close down less often. So he just sit back off him, and if he does have a weak foot, he can just guide him into. One of the things I've been looking at is this instruction, stop crosses. One of the things that I didn't think about before is that if you stop crosses, then it's going to pull the defense wider. So they're going to have more ground to cover. So we want to have a look at their crossing ability when we're setting this up and decide whether or not stop crosses is a good thing. Jacob Ramsey, I think, should be tight marked. He's one of the probably where the creative outlet's going to come. He should be hard tackled. Again, look at the pace. And hard tackle. No need to turn him onto his weaker foot. He doesn't have one. Left foot strong and right foot strong. And Ollie Watkins, I don't want to tight mark him. I think you look at that pace. Get too close to him, he's gone. I think we'll just turn him onto his left foot. So basically, what we want to look at now is their ability to cross the ball. We're looking at their wingers and their fullbacks. Crossing is pretty decent. And the other one, crossing, is pretty decent as well. Crossing, dribbling, very decent. Fullbacks, who are going to get into crossing positions as well, not so good. And not so good. So fullbacks, he's not a... Yeah, very good crossers. So they are very good crossers of the ball. And Ollie Watkins, as far as I know, is quite good in the air. His jumping reach 13 and 13 heading. He's very good in the air. Suleiman's at the back post, not so good in the air. Jumping reach. So as long as they cross to the far posts, we'll be okay. But can we guarantee that? So we'll just leave that on. Stop crosses, we'll leave it on. We will be slightly spaced out at the back, but we'll go with that. Wagner, Emerson Royal for having me on. You don't like him. I absolutely agree with you, STS. I do think the developers have lost their way a little bit, and I think they've gone backwards. And that's not a good sign for me. FM22 was really good. And I felt that FM22 actually worked according to how it should work, and that you did have some control over what's going on. I just think 23 that you didn't, and 24 has got even worse. Yeah, we have got nothing to lose here, boys. I absolutely agree. So I really don't see us getting a result here. All I can do is play this defensive style and just try. We're not performing very well. We have to remember, even though we won a few games last episode, we're not performing very well. We're not a very good team, and I'm really not sure why we have won all our games in Europe, all 4 games in Europe. We want to keep an eye on their passing. So far, there's not a key pass amongst them. They have got an injury. And so far, we seem to be containing them quite nicely. Again, this is not showing up. I can't tell from the match momentum it's not showing up. But we do have the first highlight. Let's just not give it away there. I haven't played Zabanil for a long time, so I brought him back into the team today because the other two were playing like Mickey Mouse and decided to shake things up a little bit, but not too much. We still have the old clowns up in the front, but I don't have good replacements for those. This passing is a worry. That was a dreadful pass. And we do have to be careful about the counter-attack. And I am aware that Villa counter-attack and holding shape... Oh, too late. Holding shape might be what we have to do. Obviously, that's too late, isn't it? So let's hold our shape. Let's go a little bit more defensive. Did I play LMA? No, I didn't play those, Cameron. Cool, that was dreadful defending, and that's the boy that I brought in. I've been just playing FM since 2011. I mean, I remember the days when it was a really silly game. 2011. I remember playing Man United in a save in 2011. Having a centre-back 6'5" called Burton, who scored 20 goals season after season after season, just because of the fact that he was 6'5". He scored all those goals from corners. So I've seen the game develop over the years. I am not happy with this passing, to be fair. Let's get narrower. Passing is dreadful. We're giving it away again. We're 2-0 down now. Although, is he given offside there? That'll be a... And how many highlights have they had? They've had 2 highlights, yeah? 2 highlights, 1 goal. So that's about right, because 66%... 2 highlights, 1 goal. We haven't actually created a chance yet. The player Kellyman is the big danger. Who is Kellyman? He's a winger, is he? Oh, he's a sub. And oh, no wonder, because I haven't given the boys any instructions. Right foot. And close him down. He's got a long shot on him. He's being given the freedom of the park. That's why they scored. I didn't pick up on that injury, but that's key highlights. I actually didn't see the injury. 1-0. It's very worrying. But what you can predict the game from is this. The shots on target ratio, which means that we are very much in this game, because Villa's shots on target ratio is 25%, ours is 50%. And now I would say we are still in this game. That's the main thing that I look at. And I would say that we are still in this game, because they're not getting their shots on target, but we are. And so I would say that we could still get back into this game at this point. And so I just keep looking at that ratio, not the XG. It means nothing. Now, unfortunately, the shots on target ratio has shifted, and it's pretty even at the moment. And our passing still is terrible. And I don't think there's anything more I can do about our passing. It's just not connecting. Oh, there's the second goal. And it's that man Kellyman again. Clivert is injured himself. Lovely. Oh, he may have suffered an injury as well. 2 injuries. 2 injuries, 2-0 down. But now their shots on target and ratio will be better than ours. So that's all you need to look at. They're 50% now, we're 33%. And that is an indication of how the game is going. But you can actually, they've had, 3 highlights now and 2 goals at 66%. That's how it plays out. We have had how many highlights? 4? We haven't scored. It's just bonkers. He was supposed to have come off. Why has he not come off? And Lakonga. Winger's having a terrible game. As I thought he might. Because I haven't got a winger on the bench. Oh, what a game this is. I don't have a right winger on the bench, which I should have because I know I put one on there. And it's been changed, hasn't it, by... Who else can play as a right winger? Anybody? No. Oh, what a bugger. There's nothing I can do. And that's why he's having a bad game, because I don't have a replacement on the bench. That is another thing that annoys me so much. That just because I don't have a replacement doesn't mean he has to have a bad game. It's like, why? Why does it mean automatically he has to have a bad game? Who said? And let's have a look. 6.3 for Meffam. I don't have another centre-back. If he's playing badly. I got 1 injured and 1. It's really bad. 6.4 by Mo. He can actually go to centre-back. And Tyler Adams can come on for Meffam. Yeah, but I need him to play. I don't want him playing attacking mid. They'll just pick us off otherwise. It's once again... Oh, no way. The goalkeeper's injured now. I have 3 players injured in this game. I've got Lakonga, who can barely stand up as well. There's something about this Bournemouth team as well. They can't stand up after they play 45 minutes. And then they can't stand up after that. No more subs. We've put them on an endurance training, but that's not going to kick in till the end of the season. But you can see the difference. We are coming back into the game a little bit. Shots on target has improved. But I did say at the start, I'm not expecting to get any results today. And today will be the day that we also start to suffer in Europe. Because that's an old trick that FM will do. They're not going to have us winning the group in Europe. We'll finish 9th or 10th. So that we have to play in the playoffs and then we'll lose in the playoffs. Again, there's another thing that is really silly about the game. It is not necessary for us to qualify. If we're not good enough, you don't have to help us to qualify. So it's really silly. And the game is just doing that. So they've had, 4 highlights now, and they've only scored twice. They haven't played very well. Here's another highlight. It does look to me like they're going to score again. Maybe a penalty. Oh, there we go. What's that? 5 highlights, 3 goals. Is that 66% again? 5 highlights, 3 goals. There you go. I have measured it. I've measured it already. I played through a load of games and actually measured it, and it's 66%. And here we are again. 5 highlights, 3 goals. We've had, I think, 3 highlights and nothing. But it is Aston Villa. We're not expected to win this. We're not expected to win anything as far as I'm concerned. It's just simply not good enough. And the dynamics is poor as well. It's Burnley all over again, this one. I don't know why I'm saying I'm far from pleased with the result. They are a far better team than us, so why would that work? Doesn't make any sense. Everton won again, did they? That means that's why we've gone down the table. So Olympiacos, he's out for 7 weeks, my goalkeeper. That's brilliant. Kluivert's out for a week. Wagner was injured as well. There are 3 injuries in that game, including a major injury to my goalkeeper. Game, you can do whatever you want to do. It's no problem. It's no problem. These are things I cannot control. The game is totally in control of my injuries and their injuries. And why do you always, another thing that is a problem for me, why do you always have 1 or 2 injuries 2 days before a game? Why? Why do you always? It's not sometimes, it's always. And I'm wondering who it'll be during this week. I wonder if I actually put them on holiday for the 24th. I'm going to do that. Go to the training and put all the players on holiday for the 24th. So we'll go to rest. And we'll just do match focus. That's just in a meeting. So we'll see now, because they're at home, and we'll see if someone trips over the cat at home and we get another injury. And I think we're going to be probably down the bottom. We don't know anything about this team either. Work rate's not very good. We don't know anything about them. Suggests to me, because we don't know anything about them, that we're going to win. So I'll just do what the assistant advises, because I don't know anything about them. But during this episode, the Europa League will start going wrong, because there's no way they're going to have us finishing on the top of that competition. These guys are down the bottom. In fact, they're in 35th. They haven't won a game. So it's probably not that one. It's probably Genk. where it's going to start going wrong, and then we'll probably lose those two as we come up to Christmas. We'll finish. Well, I don't have any problem. We'll finish in the playoff spots. This game is very, very predictable. If you've never played it before and you start playing it, you'll think it's really cool. But when you've played it for a while, you can predict what's going to happen. Like 10 years of playing it, you know exactly what is going to happen. Endurance, they all need endurance training. And so I'm kind of thinking that maybe I'm going to switch what I do. I don't know what you guys think. Instead of doing saves, because watching the games is painful. In terms of the amount of highlights, it's even embarrassing when you have like 15 highlights and you win 1-0. The opposition haven't had a single highlight. You can have 15 highlights, score 1, and the opposition have 2 and score twice. I mean, it's like it's almost embarrassing watching it. And so I'm wondering, should I just move away from things where you actually have to play the game? For example, I'm enjoying doing the tactic testing. And all I have to do is watch the thing scrolling along the top. What was really funny is that these teams were losing to teams at the bottom of the league. That's really funny. So I was wondering, should I just like get into doing like scenarios where things altering something and see what happens, testing tactics, rather than actually playing the game, because as I said last time, the game is not enjoyable to watch. It's not enjoyable to watch when you can predict it. Then where is the enjoyment? And as I was able to predict all 5 results, these I predicted all of those, every single one, and these I predicted every single one apart from Everton. I got Everton wrong, because it was a Premier League I thought we were going to lose. And these again, I got them wrong. This one I predicted, but I wasn't expecting to beat Blackpool. Something's happened here. But now it's going to be easy to predict. This will be a win. Liverpool a defeat. Genk could be a draw. Tottenham defeat. Brighton defeat. That's how those are going to go. Because I just simply know. I've seen how these seasons play out. So we'll see if my predictions are right again. But if they are, then where's the enjoyment? Where is the enjoyment of actually playing it if you've got so familiar with it? Lloyd Kelly's form has not been that great. Better than anybody else, but I wouldn't say that being on the decline is good form. So I don't think we'll do that. We are struggling for players a little bit here, but I guess we don't know the opposition all that well. I don't think I want to alter anything here. I think we'll play positive. We'll go at the game in a positive way. I mean, at some point we are going to lose in Europe, and as this is a bottom of the league team, then it's possible it's this one. Which is why I don't want to go too attacking, because even though they're weaker than us by the look of it, this is the game that is the potential banana skin. I'd rather just have a goalless 0-0 draw than take too many risks. And watch our passing being so much better today. Oh no, maybe not. Curse of the commentator. passing is... Who was that? Traore, that was, wasn't it? Oh, and he's lost the ball now. Oh, God. Right, what do we need to do? What's it telling me? Passing is bad and he lost the ball. That it was both Traore. Is that just an individual player's not playing very well? What are the others going to be playing like? Maybe Traore needs a rest. That's what it's telling me. Okay, so let's count them up. That's one highlight that we've had. They have not had a highlight yet. I like, if they get a highlight, I'm gone into like, oh God, they're going to score mode. That's how bad this game's got. When we get a highlight, I have no idea what's going to happen. Because it could be or it might not be. It only becomes a highlight when they get close to putting it into the penalty area or if a shot results. Because like that, although it started with them, we won the ball off them. And that was a terrible... Our passing is awful all of a sudden. Okay, I'm going to up the tempo because for a while we did all right with a higher tempo. Let's try a higher tempo and zip it around a little bit. I wonder if that will help. What I might do is, if that works, I might ask them to press much more often. Maybe that's the secret. Wow, Traore completed a pass. Offside. He's offside. He's a mile offside. But they're not checking it, are they? They're not checking it. That means... I think we got away with one there. He's miles offside. I can't see anybody else. He's actually miles offside. Okay, we got away with one there. Hey, Farmca, thanks, mate. I really appreciate it. That was... I get a message here from YouTube. Let's celebrate the first super on a live stream. It's actually not the first, but I do appreciate it. That's absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much. It's nice to be appreciated, and glad you're enjoying the content. And our fortunes in... Oh, Newcastle have gone above us, though. Both Newcastle and ourselves are still winning in the Europa League. And I find this really strange. But we haven't won this yet. And so far, the number of highlights we've had is 2, and we've scored 1 goal. And they've got a highlight here. This is really worrying. But that's not a highlight. We've won the ball. And Traore has come into his own. Since we raised the passing tempo, he suddenly started to play a little bit better, which is interesting. Now that we're passing it around a little bit of a higher tempo, seem to be playing better. But there we go, Traore just lost the ball, but it wasn't that much of an error. Nice one, nice. Unlucky. They're trying to press us when we get into their half. Oof. So that's 3 highlights, 1 goal for us. They haven't had a highlight yet. There's nothing. They haven't had a shot yet, so it doesn't count as a highlight. And then, come on, from a set piece. Chance 2-0. So we've got another one. Oh boy. Why can we win so easily in Europe and we can't win at home? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Does that put us back above Newcastle? Top of the league. No, not quite yet. What are Newcastle doing then? They must be winning quite comfortably, Newcastle. We deserve to be ahead, boys. That's a good thing to say. Let's go and get some more. I just want to have a look. What are Newcastle doing then? Celtic are doing well. So the top three in the Europa League: Newcastle, Bournemouth and Aston Villa. Newcastle are winning 3-0. Absolutely bonkers. And it might be time. We've got all these greens here. They're all playing so well in Europe and we can't get them to play. Hey Matthias, good to see you. So they still haven't had a highlight. We've had 4, so we've got a 50% from highlights. It's like they're going to get one and score, aren't they? One highlight and score. But doesn't matter if we've had... Oh, my Lord. What was he doing? Okay, is it... No, here's a highlight. Oof, so that's their one that they will miss. We've got to stop highlights now, so I'm going to... Not yet am I going to go to positive, but I am going to standard, but I am going to make some changes. Again, it's that boy on the right, isn't it? But I have left it. I've left it again to my assistant, and he hasn't put Brooks. I'm going to give Makuka a try out. We've got to get him playing well. He has to start playing well. Otherwise, he's just going to be a waste of time. I don't, again, have a replacement for him, even though he's playing really bad. And then... There's nothing I can do. Tyler Adams, can he go there? No, he can't. Traore, maybe give Traore a rest. He's not exactly having his greatest game. Who is this guy, Sky Roll? He keeps being mentioned. I don't see it myself. I don't see him as a great prospect, but he keeps coming up in dispatches. But so I don't think he's coming on. Well, I'm going to put Billing in here, and what was that, Matthias? What was that? And everybody else is playing okay. Meffan could probably come off, and Chakares can come on. I don't want to make too many changes, actually, if they're all playing very well. We have to watch that they're getting back into the game. Now, they've had a couple of chances, but if we lose this, FM is really unkind, because we've totally dominated it. We haven't had the possession. We've just been the better team. And if we can win this second ball now, like that, nicely done. I want to watch, just pass it into space, that's it. And then we can run onto it, and we can do that. That's why you have that pass into space. To get them running off the shoulder. And that was... Who made that run? It wasn't Makuka. So Billing has got hold of the ball there. It's Fava. At last he's done something good. And that is why pass into space is not necessarily a contradiction. It won't happen all the time. It's just another option that they have. Here's the counter-attack. This is when you get caught out most during Football Manager. Counter-attacks. When you're attacking and you turn the ball over. Good defending, good defending. So they still haven't had a highlight, which is really nice defending. Right, let's make some more subs. We're still getting very tired. Get this tiredness. Lloyd Kelly. Tyler Adams, probably. Good. That's 5 subs. I don't know what to do when they're getting so tired. Is this just the game? This is the game again saying, haha, you're playing in Europe, so you're knackered before half time. They can't have that poor a stamina. Again, it's a poor passer. Passing is poor. Okay, it's time to stop this counter-attack nonsense. Let's just hold our shape now. Stop the counter-attacks. And there you go. We've won in Europe again. 5 out of 5 in Europe, but we can't win in the Premier League. It's just like, what is going on? And that, for me, is it's an indication that there is something not right with the game. I should be thrilled, you know, like, hey, Europe, we've won 5 from 5. And I should be like, yeah. But the game, there's something wrong with the game. We should not be doing that. We should be beating teams like Burnley and whatever in the Premier League, and Everton, which we can't beat. We're going to have a look at the dynamics. It's getting better. Hey, Senna. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate it. Thank you. How was your day? Are you beginning your day or ending your day in Brazil? That's an interesting question for me. The problem is, whilst it looks good, we have got so many unhappy players. And this is what it was like at Burnley. With all this amount of unhappy players, it doesn't really matter what's happening here. This is much better than it was. But I don't know. He wants to move to a squad club with a stronger squad. I suppose they all do. Because we're not very good. But 2 of them wants to leave for a new challenge. Brooks wants a contract to reflect his ability. He's got a 6.95. What ability? What ability are you talking about? Tapia wants to leave. He was left out of the Premier League squad. That's fair enough. And Wagner needs to play. 6 p.m. Oh, okay. So that is something that's very, very odd. That we have played in the European competition and we've played 5 and won 5. Same as Newcastle. We are really struggling in the Prem. And Newcastle are bottom now. The Newcastle job is going to come available soon, I'm pretty sure. And I'm wondering, should I apply for the Newcastle job? Because they still have some very good teams. And that job is going to be coming available soon, Newcastle. Do I need to rest these players? Probably. At least Makuka got a goal. He hasn't got a goal for a long time. So that's given them a rest. Farm, which content do you generally tend to watch? Is it the tactics content that you generally tend to watch, or is it the play along that we're doing, the journeyman save that we're doing? What kind of content farm cow do you tend to watch on the channel? I'm just curious. You obviously are enjoying it, so I was just kind of wondering which part of it. Oh boys, some of these saves are so hard. Like, there are levels of challenges. Quatera needs a warning. And this one, where the dynamics is all over the place with the players, is probably the hardest one of all. And I hate it when that happens. You have financial challenges, you have injury challenges, fixture challenges, you have all kinds of different challenges in this game. Dynamics, where all this amount of players are not happy, is the hardest one, because you just don't, it looks awful. You can't play football. It looks terrible. Oh my god, we've got Liverpool, Genk and Tottenham now. 3 defeats, I think. So far I've called it right again. We've lost in the league and then we won. But at some point they have to, Genk might be the one where we start losing in the Europa League, because they can't have us. They can't have us being top and qualifying and not have to play in the playoffs. That doesn't happen. Liverpool, I haven't got a clue how to do this one. I think probably we're going to have to pull the line back a little bit. We're going to have to hold our shape. And for this one, I'm going to take pass into space off, because and be more disciplined, I want. Because I want to try and hold on to the ball as much as possible. And Liverpool are starting to recover anyway, just in time for our game. The tactics videos, yeah. I mean, everybody, I do remember when FM24 came out, and everybody's quite excited about this attacking movement that they had worked on. And I was, before it came out, thinking, well, it all looks very nice, but how do you defend against that? And I was possibly the only one at the time thinking, I'm not happy about how I'm going to defend. And then when the game started, I was reading things like, I can't stop the opposition scoring goals. We're leaking goals all over the place. And I found it hard to defend. And it was just looking at it, I had to find a way to stop teams scoring goals, until we realized it's to do with risk. That it's all to do with risk. And once you eliminate the risk, then you're going to start playing better. And that's where those videos came from. Wagner's unregistered for the Premier League. What are you talking about? Is Liverpool the Premier League? Or is he just not registered for the under-21s? Of course Wagner's registered for the Premier League. We're not going to find many weaknesses here. We got to just look at how do we stop them. There's no weaknesses at all. They're not very good at set pieces, so it might be a good idea to try and get in their face a little bit. I don't know, maybe if we actually get stuck in, press a lot more, just try and get in their face and unsettle them. Yeah, but if you've got, I mean, it's not just about the fast defenders. Pace is one thing, but you also have to have things like, they've got to have composure, decision making, things that will cause them to give the ball away. Those moments in FM where the defender just stands there and lets the forward have the ball, those are caused by poor composure, poor decisions, poor tackling. So you've got to look at all those things in terms of a defender's ability. There's two ways that they will score. One of them is the lack of pace, and the other one has skipped the draw. Ooh, Chelsea in the FA Cup third round. That's not very nice. That's a goodbye FA Cup. Are we that far into the season? We are. We're in December. It's like goodbye FA Cup then. I'm glad I didn't watch the draw, anticipating that coming out. So I'm wondering if we put pressure on Liverpool, will it cause them to make mistakes? I don't know, probably not, but it's worth a try. Somebody asked me today, it was like, it's all very well, this defending, but once you've defended, what happens? How do you know when to change your system? And the better you get, the more risks you can take, and you have to try things. So once you bring in a couple of players, you know that perhaps your defense, always start with your defense. And you know your defense is a lot better than it was. Play with a higher line. Start to counterattack. See if it works. If it doesn't, it's not working, pull them back a bit. So it's all about balancing your risk. And if you get the balance right, you'll do well. If you don't get the balance right, you're not going to do very well. This Bournemouth team is just like, I can't take any risks. Because they are so bad at the moment, we cannot take any risks. That's why we've got hold shape on. I don't want them going up the pitch. Does anybody ever go to one of those meetings? What a waste of time. So it's just like, look at your team and what can they do? What are they good at and what are they bad at? And if they can't do anything, then don't have them do anything. And for a Premier League, you can do it if you've got about 13.5. So if you go to your Dynamics tab and you go to your squad planner and you go to your comparison, and you go to your, let's go to one of these, 14. So this is good aggression. So getting stuck in might be a good thing to do, because aggression is something that we have. It's really interesting for me that we have 13.67 stamina, and yet the team's tired by half time every single time. Pace and acceleration, we have bags of. That's why I'd put that pass into space in there. And fitness, again, natural fitness, we have 13.81. That's tremendous. And yet, why are we getting tired at half time? We have determination, 14 determination. We have work rate, again, like almost 14 It's exceptional. So why are we getting so tired? Good composure, exceptional anticipation. Look at the things that you can do. In terms of the technicals, dribbling is terrible. 11.41 for a Premier League side is dreadful at dribbling. 8.74 8.74 for finishing. That just about sums up our finishing. And our composure is probably going to be complementary. 13, we're quite composed, so we will score goals, but finishing at 8.74, no wonder we can't score goals. And everything else, even though we are, in terms of tackling, we're fourth best in the league, but 10.85 means we are rubbish at tackling. So combine that with your aggression, though. We got 14 aggression. It means that we're going to get stuck in, but we're going to make errors tackling. 13.22 for technique. We'll add a little bit to that because we'll have good technique when it comes to tackling. So it might be worth getting stuck in with Liverpool, because one of the things that we can be is very aggressive. So we'll try it. I've received an offer to work in a J1 team, but I'm scared of changing and have to go to... I have done... I did 3 seasons with Hiroshima. It's absolutely brilliant in Japan. Absolutely brilliant. I would recommend it. A lot of fun. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoy... And it's easy as well. You'll get good results. And it will be a lot of fun. Yeah, go to Japan. It's brilliant. So Makuka can come on here. Who did he want? Clivert. Interesting selection choice. I go along with it. Since I don't trust the team and I don't know who is playing well and who isn't at the moment, I'll go along with what he said, but we'll have him as an advanced forward. And I will switch on, pass into space if he's playing. But I'm going to play balanced. I don't want to just lie down for them. So I now want to set this bench up because he's probably not done that properly. Let's have a look. Brandon Williams can come on as the left back. Or right back. And blimey, so I really don't know this team as well as I should, but I really don't want to use his subs, that's for sure. Jacob Greaves, where are all my fullbacks? Bayomo can come in here. Centre back Kakares, DMs Sumare, Billing. Who's Crotcher? Wagner has to play instead of Adams. Adams can come in instead of Billing. And Jaden Anthony can fill that space. Parrott, that's a good call. Quattera. And that's why we were having problems, because he's my other midfielder who was never getting a game. And Wagner has to play, otherwise he's not going to be in the club for much longer. So yeah, I mean, looking at that team report, we cannot do anything. So if you can't do anything, don't have them do it. But one of the things that we are good at is being aggressive. So maybe if we decide to be aggressive against Liverpool, we might get something out of this game. Who knows? The difference might be getting stuck in and putting more press on them. Yeah, I know. I'm very aware of that, Senna. I won the J3. Yeah, I won the I don't know if you were following along with the journeyman save, but I won the Asian Champions League with Hiroshima. It was a little bit too easy. I think they've made the Japanese league a little bit too easy, but it was great fun. And there's a lot of good young players were there. It was really good fun. And clubs have actually caught up with us in terms of games played. So I don't fancy this game at all, but we'll go and do our best. Don't tackle harder. No, we need to get stuck in. We don't want to be giving them... Jota is playing up front now, is he? His pace worries me. Mohamed Salah, he's got a weak foot, isn't he? So he right foot, turn him onto his right foot. Often that's missed. McAllister, tight mark him left foot. And then this guy is also very creative. We don't want to tight mark him though, because he's a little bit pacey. And then this guy, the goalkeeper. Who's Chris? The other goalkeeper. He's like 21-year-old one-star goalkeeper. Like, things are bad enough for Bournemouth. You don't have to go and injure our goalkeeper. It's like, things are bad enough. So why injure the goalkeeper? Makuka is a little bit worried. Why would he be worried? He's not even playing. Maybe he was just upset because he's not playing. I have faith in you boys. Go out there. Go out there and make a difference. Like, if we get something here, I'll eat my hat. Live on air. Oh, gosh. Liverpool have started the better team. I just feel that aggression is the only thing this team has. Our passing is not very good, so what I want to do is zip it around again. See if that improves. Problem is with key highlights, you don't really have enough time. It's not really improving. Yeah, they're not very good at free kicks, so don't worry about that. If the team reports to be believed, we can give free kicks away. Although you can't really believe the team report, because our scouts are not that good. But you've got to go on something, I guess. Well, it's been all Liverpool so far, but their XG is 0.09, so that we're stopping them creating really good chances. Their team must also be getting a little bit old. But if they have another highlight, they will score, because they had that free kick shot that went over the bar. Oh, that was terrible, but that was lucky. Go on, son. Go on. Go on. What a chance. Go on. Have we taken the lead against Liverpool? Oh, what a game this is. It's nuts. What a nuts game this is. I mean, that was bad. Robertson was absolutely shocking there. And who was that let Traore go? That was Canate. Just let Traore go. Didn't engage him at all. And that's about as nutty as Football Manager gets. We have not been in this game, and we are FMing Liverpool at the moment. And I still think I still think, Senna, it's to do with getting stuck in. And keep working hard until full time. I still think it is this. No, there's a couple on yellow cards. So they have to be careful with those two. Cliver, don't have to worry about too much. Aarons is on a yellow card, but he's playing well. And he's pleased. So I'll just tell Aarons, just tell him not to tackle so hard. Because obviously we don't want a yellow card. Clivert, he doesn't tackle much anyway. But we can just tell him to ease off the tackles as well. But the rest, you can carry on, get some yellow cards, get stuck in. Clivert's not playing very well. Could be to do with his yellow card. And Wagner is not playing very well. So, things to look out for. But I still think it's the get stuck in instruction. That if you I picked it up in the report that... I don't know what made me think about it, is that they weren't very good at free kicks and set pieces, so we could give free kicks away. And there we go. That's how not very good they are at set pieces. What's the referee doing here? Is he looking at offside? But he looked okay to me. I really didn't think I was going to beat Liverpool. No. He looked fine to me. He looked miles onside. But there you go. That's the problem. You believe that... Yeah, was it him they were looking at? But it said they were not very good at set pieces, and there they go and score a goal from a set piece. So the report is only the report. It doesn't necessarily mean they're not going to do something. We are also bad at set pieces, so I guess we're going to lose this game now, aren't we? The more highlights Liverpool have, the worse it's going to get for us. We won't be allowed another highlight for Liverpool. Okay, time to make some changes. Must be played. Look at Clivert, 6.1. He's changed my bench again. Why? Why have you changed my bench? Who's Mason Crotcher? I didn't ask you to put him on the bench. And Zabrani is not playing very well. Let's get him off. But, oh my God, there's some yellow cards there now. So we will ask them to come off this now. And I'm going to push the line up a little bit. Come down off that a little bit. Go to standard passing. And 6.5 for Wagner. He's got to come off. So he's coming off as well. Samare can come on there. Goalkeeper's having a poor game. The goalkeeper picked up the blame for that goal, which is unfortunate. And he can come on for Meffan. And then the last substitution, Brandon Williams for Kelly. We have to change things a little bit, because at the moment, though, we're still in this game. 2 shots, 2 on target. That's 100%. It means that things are going well. If we get a highlight, then we do have a very good chance of actually taking this game. If we could just get a highlight, because things are going well up front. Ooh, have we got the ball? Yes, we've got the ball. Now keep the ball. Oh, look at that. That was dreadful. Who was that? Goal. Oh, that was dreadful. That was Scott. The man who's been asking for a pay rise as well because of the ability in terms of the player he's become. Yeah, what ability is that then? Let's go narrow. Take that off. Player you've become. You can't pass 10 yards. What kind of player are you? Come on, boys. Hold on to this. We can get a point here against Liverpool. That would be like something really special. Come on. Encourage, encourage. Come on, we got this. Come on. The game is nuts. We should never get a point against Liverpool. But I think we managed that game okay. Come on. Oh, no way, FM. Not in the 96th minute. No way. Please, not in the 96th minute. It is. There it is. Oh, how horrid is that? I don't believe you, FM. I just simply don't believe you. The game is not believable. And if that's the best you can do to wind me up, then do what you need to do. And you're just making me not enjoy this game. You're not believable, FM, unfortunately. 96th minute. Nah, not having it. Not having it. And I don't know if I want to buy FM25, if this is what they're going to work off, I don't know if I want to buy it, because it's going to cost more money. It's going to cost about 80 quid, I reckon, for FM25. And if this is what they're working off, I don't want it. I want to play FM22. Okay, Europa League. We are second. Bologna have 10 points. At some point they have to start bringing us down this league to get to 9th or 10th. I think we're going to lose this game. I think this is the time where they will start to bring us down. I thought like everything we did, everything right in that game, and the game was not willing in the end. 96th minute as well. I just don't believe it. I don't believe the game. It's not working. I don't believe you. Sorry. I don't believe it. That was absolutely horrible. And, okay. Do what you have to do. Do I need to... Let's rest them already. I've never seen anything so ridiculous in all my life. So poor, and to think I paid money for this. I mean, it will be fine, because once Europe's done, we'll start winning again. So I won't worry too much about it. I know how this is going to go. It's just going to be like this until Europe's done. And then we'll recover and we'll finish in about 14th place or 13th place. That's how it goes. And that's why I'm saying, if this is what they're doing... If this is what FM25 is going to run off, how come Newcastle got above us? Then I don't want it. I'm not paying £80 for this. Yeah, they are a very good team as well. Good first touch. So we don't want to be closing them down too much. In fact, I'm going to go to a standard trigger press. We don't want to be... I'm not going to hold shape. But the rest of it, that's fine. But this could be where we start falling down, because I don't believe the game is going to let us win the Europa group stage. We have to be in the playoffs, because the game will say you're not good enough to be not in the playoffs. 17th, this is bad. You could get sacked, actually, because the expectation is become an established Premier League team. If we get into the relegation zone at some point, oh, why not injure everybody then? 2 days before a match, 3 players are injured. Enough, FM. I look forward to the day you bring something out that is realistic. Noah Crisp. Oh, Travers is injured as well. 2 goalkeepers injured. Oh, do what you like. 2 goalkeepers injured now. So Noah Crisp is just that really young lad. I'll go and have a look in the car park to see if we've got anybody who can go on the bench. Oh, who's Will Seeley? Oh, we got plenty of these nonsense goalkeepers, haven't we? 4th, Genk. Yeah, this is the team then that will beat us for the first time. Guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. I'll call it now. And then Spurs will beat us. Brighton might get a draw. If we're too close to the bottom, the game will give us a draw. But this one's a defeat. No, we have to play. What's he done with him? Has he put him in the reserves? Where is Wagner? There he is. He has to play. There's nothing I can do about it. He has to play. Oh, we're going to lose him. Seeley's not fit. Oh, he is, but he's injured. We've got 3 goalkeepers injured. Bayolo. Aarons. What's his form like? Dreadful. Oh, I've got to make some changes here. Unregistered. Sumare's registered. You can come on for Brooks. I thought that this was going to be a save where they attack my fullbacks, but it's actually a goalkeeper. They're attacking the goalkeepers. Go on then, go out there and impress me. Especially you, young goalkeeper. Goalkeeper probably have a 6.2. We need to keep an eye on this Noah Crisp. He'll start going downhill any minute. But this is the one. Genk is the one where we will lose. Guaranteed. Because we have to start slipping down the table. And there you go. Villa have gone top now. It's time to go down the table, boys, I'm afraid. Because it's not part of the game's plan. Although, we do have the first highlight. Oh, no, we can't keep hold of the ball. Here they come. Oh, boy. So what is it this time? We have to offload the ball quicker, don't we? It's about offloading the ball. We're holding on to the ball too much. And that's causing us to make errors. Just get the ball and get rid of it. That's what we're going to have to do. Oh, where are we now? Third, but not for long. We're not in the game really, are we? Well done. Took the ball off him. See, aggression. Oh, for goodness sake. We keep winning it and then losing it again. Aggression we've got bags of. I'm going to go and get stuck in. Because they are getting stuck in with us. They keep taking the ball off us after we win it. But Newcastle are rocketing ahead of the group. The young goalkeeper. Well, they're having a bad day, and you don't often see this, where they have like 4 highlights and they haven't scored. You don't often see it. So I wonder what's happening with the game. Is it having a brain fart again? And it's not like they're not getting shots on target. What's the goalkeeper? Noah Crisp is on a 7.2. Third choice goalkeeper. Let's do it. If we're not creating chances from open play, let's try and get some from set pieces then. Go on, son. Oof. So, yeah, did I call this a draw against Genk a while back? And I said it might not be a defeat, it'll just give us a draw in this one. Because neither team look like scoring at the moment. Although I do worry about counter-attacks. Penalty, ref. Yeah. Ah, boy. .4, 6.5. 6.4, 6.5. I give up. Oh, do I want to watch the penalty or shall I just go and make the changes while they're doing that? 6.4. Aaron's terrible. 6.5 from FM. 6.4 and a 6.5 again. These 2 left wingers that I've got are terrible. Makuka is just dreadful. Well, they missed the penalty. Did they miss the penalty? Because I went in the dressing room, they missed the penalty. What happened there then? I think because we are getting beaten, I'm going to go back to balance now. Just go for a draw. If we can get a draw out of it, we'll have done well. And maybe push the line up a little bit. Get in their face a little bit more. Get stuck in off. We don't need it anymore. We've shown that we can win the ball. He needs to come off. It's about time that Sumore also did something that warrants more than a 6.3. Can we sneak another one in the Europa League now? See you later, Zoa. Take care, my friend. Are we going to? No, they're going to win it at the end, aren't they? They're going to win it at the death. Another late goal. Another Liverpool. Oh, you are so predictable, FM. You are so predictable. We knew. Don't worry about it. We knew the defeat was coming here. Don't worry about it. We knew. You're just too predictable. And that then starts us going down the table, because the others now are within touching distance of us. And we'll end up at the end of it here. That's how it works. That's how it works. And we're in big trouble now because we've got Tottenham, Brighton to come. No points from that. So we might, with Manchester United, Newcastle, looking at the table, it is possible that we could get sacked before Christmas. But that's for next time. That is for next time. Because now it's getting on for, what time is it now? 21:30. It's actually only two people in, I think. So I think I'll call it a day here. We've played 4 games, lost 3 and won 1 in the Europa League again. It's getting silly, this. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm actually hoping that by the end of the next episode that I'll have been sacked, and that gets rid of all this nonsense. Then we have to then look for another club, and that'll be absolutely brilliant, because I'm tired of this game at the moment. It's doing my head in with its stupidity. And looking at Tottenham's team news, we have Jadon Sancho doubtful. Looking at Bournemouth's team news, it's not even on the same pitch. So I'm getting really fed up of it. That's it for this episode. I didn't expect much from it. And we haven't got much from it. So thanks for coming along, guys. And sorry we didn't do a lot better. But we're with Bournemouth. So I'm not expecting anything. I am expecting to be sacked when we play, before we get to Newcastle, I think. If we drop into the relegation zone, they'll sack us, despite the fact that we may even still be in the top 8 in the Europa League. So staying out of the relegation zone is imperative. We're not going to do that. So hopefully next time we'll be sacked, the first time in a long time. And that's it. We'll see you guys all next time for another thrilling installment of the Bournemouth save. I just want to get through this season because it's all a load of nonsense. See you later, guys. Thanks for coming. Take care now. See you soon.